A 14-year-old boy yelled, "I'm going to wet you," before stabbing a teenager to death in a park attack. Tomasz Oleszac, also 14 years of age, had been walking with friends through a nature reserve near his home in Gateshead, Tyne and Wear, England, when he encountered the other boy who was walking with his girlfriend. In a brief but deadly exchange, the attacker, who is now 15 years of age and cannot be named for legal reasons due to his age, the attacker pulled out a knife from his jacket pocket and delivered a fatal blow to 14-year-old Thomas. Tragically, the 8-centimeter deep stab wound ended young Thomas's life. The incident occurred October the 4th, 2022 in the White Hills Nature Park next to the Springwell estate where Thomas lived. The prosecutor read a statement from a friend of the victim to the court as the young witness described what happened. So here's a quote from Thomas's friend who was there and is a witness. "I heard the suspect shout, 'I'm gonna wet you.' It's slang for 'I'm gonna stab you.' The defendant, the stabber, the attacker, got into conflict with other youths in a park over something trivial. It seems that the defendant had said something to a group of youths, or perhaps gave them a dirty look, and that's when Thomas arrived on the scene. The defendant stabbed one youth, Thomas, who died soon after he was stabbed. Thomas was again still only 14 years of age. The defendant also tried to stab another youth, his friend. Thankfully, that boy wasn't stabbed. He was protected by his coat. We don't know the full details of what happened, but it is said that a group of boys that Thomas was a part of approached the attacker, the stabber, when the stabber was with his girlfriend. There was some minor altercation, at which point Thomas got involved, and arguably, according to the defendant's lawyer, Thomas apparently approached the boy and said something along the lines of, "What did you say?" Something like that. Apparently, according to the defendant's lawyer, Thomas confronted the boy to some level at least, at which point the attacker stabbed Thomas. Thomas tried to run away, but he collapsed. His friend ran to a nearest house for help. An ambulance was called, but tragically he died in the early hours of October the 5th. The defendant will claim that he acted in self-defense because there was this group of boys that were following the attacker and the attacker's girlfriend, and seemingly there was some level of confrontation which may have been somewhat caused by Thomas himself. But I do want to stress that we don't know the full details here. Certainly I don't. The witnesses do, and I would hope that the truth comes to light in the course of the trial. We're told that Thomas came to England from Poland at a young age, I believe the age of 6, for a better life. He left behind his mother, father, and a little brother. He was a keen footballer and played for the local Cleveland Hall junior football team as a midfielder in the under-15 squad. It's a tragedy, and full condolences to Thomas's family. I'm going to throw in a little bit of a commentary, but I don't want to go too deep. Again, we don't know the full situation. We weren't there. We didn't see exactly what happened. But I gotta say, if there's a group of boys that do approach and in some way provoke, confront another boy that's on their own, then I gotta give some credit to the boy that was on their own. That would be a very intimidating situation to be in. We don't know how threatening the group of boys were. I mean, we can presume that Thomas was a sweet 14-year-old boy. Hopefully he was. But we don't know. We don't know, unfortunately. So again, hopefully the truth does come out during the trial. If the stabber overreacted, which I would imagine that he did, then, he needs to get adequate punishment. But he's claiming not guilty. We'll see what happens. Best wishes to the family.